rhetoric that we have about these debates rather than the fact-based debates. Now, in terms of policies about how we see that people who claiming benefits are actually part of or actually do qualify for the benefits and performing up to the benefits, I think there's a very stringent system policing for benefits. I think we've increased the policies and the nature of the policies to deal with people who claim benefits that don't meet the criteria for the benefits. I mean, Caroline Flynn announced a policy about a month ago now where those who are on benefits and who live in social housing will have that relevant to their will have that home relevant to their job seeking allowance and what they actually do to go and get their job and how much effort they actually put that in. So, we wouldn't see anyone kicked out on the street, shackled or homeless, but we're putting that extra pressure on people to ensure that they conform to the commitments that they make when they claim a benefit like job seeking allowance.
Okay, you okay with that, Josh? Yeah, somebody who hasn't had an opportunity to speak, I'm mindful a couple of people want to ask questions, but we've already had the opportunity. Joe and Max.
What do you view on stem cell research?
Stem cell research, well, we'll start with Sam and then work down.
I think stem cell research is an important way of performing research to find cures for things like cancer, and I think it's an important thing, and I fully support the embryology bit. I understand that to be honest, I think, as we've seen with Gordon Brown announcing that this will be a free vote for the Labour Party, I think we have to think about the fact that these debates are not debates on partisan issues or from a partisan perspective. I know there are people within my party that will disagree with the statements that I just made about the embryology bill and things like that. But I think there are a number of issues in society, embryology, stem cell research, and a number of other issues which are personal debates. And I think, I've said several times, and I've been criticised for saying this several times, that we should offer things like abortion because it's a personal debate, and the state should not be intervening within that personal debate and denying groups of people who are, I wouldn't say content or happy, because I don't think anyone in an abortion situation is ever content and happy to go into that situation, but who've made the decision to have abortion, they should be able to have it safe in a safe condition. And these are just a series of moral, personal debates which I think should be left up for moral conscience and not governed along partisan lines. I'd hate to think that we went to a state of play in Britain which America goes into, where many critics would suggest that parties differ on abortion alone, and that presidents win and lose elections based on their stance on abortion. I think these sorts of things, personal debates. If you don't want to have an abortion, then don't have an abortion, but don't deny others the right. If you don't want to have a cure or be administered a cure which has been used in embryology research, then don't take that cure. But don't deny the people who, in their moral conscience, are happy to take that cure. And again, I wouldn't say happy, but I'd say content to have an abortion. Do not deny people those kinds of treatments if they want it. It shouldn't be a political issue.
Thanks, Sam. Brendan?
Well, I personally fully support it. I think it's very important. I do think it is much more of a personal issue rather than a party issue, although I do think most Liberals are in favour of it. I fully support it. I think we should be making every step towards fighting certain cancers that plague and kill many people every day. And so stuff like cancer, various other diseases. It's important research, I think.
Thanks, Brendan. Dan?
Just to reiterate what they said, really, it can be either a religious issue or a personal issue. People are being encouraged to vote as regards their religion, which fair enough if they really want to follow what their religious leaders are saying, then so be it. But to be honest, I haven't got anything against the embryology bill, and I don't think anyone can say what another person should or shouldn't vote on that. I think it's good that they're given a free vote on that.
Thanks, Dan. Are you happy with the replies, Joe?
Yeah, I was just going to say, but do you not reckon, there might not always be a stable government, like, for example, Nazi Germany, if it gets so long down in the future.
That would be like the Nazis in power.
Never know.
Okay, thanks, Joe. Max?
Do any of you believe that Britain has a moral obligation to boycott the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games after China's recent action to that?
Good question. Thanks, Matt. We'll start with Dan.
Well, personally, I think that that sport has got nothing to do with politics. The Olympics is a celebration of bringing together the whole world, taking it on a little parade all around the world, and having a chance to basically play games with other countries. Even though I completely condemn China's human rights record, it is a disgrace. We all know it. And I think that the protesters that are protesting at things like the parades, like they did in London at the weekend, are just using a situation to exploit that and to get themselves heard. I think it's quite sad that they're having to resort to boycotting things like the Olympic Torch March to get their views heard, rather than being able to do it in a place like China, a one-party state, where they can stand up and have their voices heard. But I think it would be a really stupid thing to do to pull out of the China Games, and just based on political reasons.
Thanks, Dan. Brendan?
I think we should personally, and I do believe we should too, because it's very easy for people to say that politics and sport don't go together. But actually, you look at the history of the Olympics; they've always been intertwined. The past 3 Olympics or 4 Olympics now are some of the only ones that haven't had boycotts. There's always been controversy surrounding nearly every single Olympics. For instance, the money issue surrounding the London ones. And personally, I think it should be boycotted. I think personally we're not standing up to China enough. Certainly, Gordon Brown seems to be doing everything he can to please China, while China doesn't seem to want to give anything in return. So I think we should be making a stand, and we should at least say boycott unless you open talk with dialogue. I think we have to start making China listen. I think it's gone on too long just accepting. It's gone on accepting what China says is right just because they're a growing economy.
Thanks, Brendan. Sam?
Well, I personally believe that spectrum free. I think there should be talks with the Dalai Lama and things like that. I also wouldn't condemn people who want to protest at sporting events or things like the thing on Sunday. I would condemn them for protesting violently and aggressively. I wouldn't condemn them for protesting peacefully. Like the large percentage of the people who were actually protesting on Sunday were actually protesting peacefully. I don't think Gordon Brown is doing everything in his power to please China, like I just said. But I think what we have to bear in mind is that these kinds of situations are not going to be suddenly rectified and suddenly made perfectly better again by people complaining and shouting and having a protest. These things are sorted out by calm, rational debate, calm, rational discussion, and international diplomacy and things like that. And I think we have to respect that that's the way it happened. Now, Gordon Brown hasn't actually officially come out with a decision about whether he will or won't attend the Olympic opening ceremony, and I can't imagine that he's made that decision yet. I think he's going to continue to take the opportunity to talk to China